Okay, so I thrifted this stool a few weeks ago. It was in one of my thrift hauls, and today I'm going to paint it and see if I can give it just a little bit different look. Okay, so I'm going to be using a paint color I've never used before. It is Fusion Upper Canada. So I'm going to give this a try and see how it works on this stool. Doesn't need to be perfect because I want it to still have its vintage look, but this will just freshen it up a little bit and hopefully make it look a little bit better. So I'm going to continue painting on this and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is the stool all finished, painted. I was going to put something on the top, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is because if I use it as a riser, it'll be fine. And then there's how fresh it looks underneath. So much better. Okay, for this project, I thrifted 4 of these metal mirrors. They each are a different color, and the metal, each one has a different design on the metal. I've tried to get the mirror out, and I cannot get it out. So, I am just going to go ahead and paint each one of these a different color in Fusion. I'm going to use Fusion paint. For this one, I'm using Damask. And I am going to be doing decoupage on the mirror. So let's see how this goes. I thrifted all 4 of these for $1, so they would be $1/4 a piece. Okay, so this first one is going to be with Fusion Damask. I'm trying to use up all my little samples of paint before they dry out. So I am just going to continue painting this, and then I'll show you what my next step is going to be. Okay, so this is my next mirror, and I am going to be using Fusion Elmwood to paint this one. If you hear a little thunder, sorry, we might be getting a thunderstorm. Okay, so that's what that color is going to look like. So let me get this one painted. Okay, so this is the next mirror, and I am going to be using Fusion Buttercream on this mirror. Wait a minute, I have one that has been opened, so let me get that one. Okay. Show you what that color is going to look like. I've been giving these about 1.5 coats. Okay, so let me finish painting this one and then I will be back. Okay, so the paint has dried on the Damask mirror, and what I wanted to show you is I am using Apple Barrel paint in the antique white and just a very small brush. And I have hardly any on my brush. And I'm just going through and highlighting all the raised pieces of metal on this mirror. I have seen Susie on the farm do this, and I think it looks really good, so I'm going to give it a try. I have hardly any paint on my brush. Okay, so I'm going to continue this, and I'm going to do it on all the mirrors. The fourth mirror is completed. It was actually the first mirror that I tried, and I will show you that one at the end. But I will be back when these are completed, and I will show you the decoupage paper. Okay, so I am putting decoupage paper in the middle of these. I was going to do all teacups. I have some Roycycled paper from Sonnet's, one of Sonnet's Makers boxes, and I had some teacups left over, but not all the teacups would fit. I need 5.5 by 5.5. So I thought about these. These are Last Christmas from Roycycled papers, and these were the postage stamps. And there's a couple of them that I think could be up all year round, doesn't have to be for Christmas. So what I'm going to do is use 2 of those and then 2 of the teacups. And I'm going to go ahead and decoupage those on there. And I will be back and show you what they look like. Okay, I wanted to show you really quick. On a couple of mine, there was a little gap where you could still see a little bit of the mirror. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the paint that I did the dry brushing with, and I'm just going around kind of blending that in. It'll almost look like a tile in there, maybe. If I get the paint just right. And also something I thought would be really fun with these, to make them really look like a tile, if you used one of the Pint Art 2-step crackles, either the fine line or the classic. I thought that might really make these look like real tiles are in here. So that's something to think about. I'm going to decide if I'm going to try it on one or not, and then you will see at the end. So here are my finished projects. I added a little ribbon around. I went all the way around the square and then tied a bow. I used 3 different types of ribbon. But I think they turned out pretty good. For 25 cents a piece, I think they make really pretty home decor. This is the one that has the crackle, the two-step crackle by Art. And I did not use the crackle on the other 3. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.